Hello, and welcome to the Teacher Channel. Is the butterfly method real math? So we'll look at whether or not adding two different fractions, a over b plus c over d, is there any math behind the butterfly method? Many mathematics teachers and professors say no, there's not. But let's look at this and explore it. Whatever is on the bottom of a fraction is the denominator. And here our denominators are b and d. To add or subtract fractions, we have to have a common denominator, which is abbreviated as CD. So when you have variable denominators, you just multiply them together most of the time. This will work to get you a common denominator, and here it's just BD. It works very well when the variables are different. There are other things to consider if you have repeated variables with different exponential powers and other denominators and things like that, but that's for another video. So here we have our common denominator of BD, and of course there's a restriction that B and D cannot be equal to 0 because division by 0 is not defined. Now, if we look at our fraction on the right, we already have b in the denominator. What do we need to multiply that denominator by so that it will be BD? We multiply it by d. But, special rule for fractions. What you do to the denominator, you also have to do to the numerator. So that means because I multiply the denominator by d, I must also multiply the numerator by d. Now our second fraction on the right side, it already has d in its denominator. What do we need to multiply both the numerator and denominator by to get the common denominator of BD? We multiply both numerator and denominator by b. So then when we add the fractions, we just add what's in the numerator only, a over d plus or minus b over c, over the common denominator of BD. And this is our result from real mathematics. Now we have a result from real math, a over d plus or minus bc over bd. Now, let's take another look at this and apply the butterfly technique, a over d plus or minus b over c. Our first multiplication would be the numerator on the left side times the denominator on the right, and that will give us AD. Then you write plus or minus. Then we multiply the denominator on the left times the numerator on the right for the second multiplication. That gives us BC. Then you write that over the common denominator, BD. Now let's look at this very, very carefully, and what do we see? It is the exact same thing. So what my proposal is that the butterfly method is real math. It's just a faster way of doing the traditional mathematics approach of obtaining a common denominator. And since in our modern society, time is money, or you get things done faster, I advocate that this method can be used to add and subtract fractions. And for those that are naysayers, I want to let you know that I do have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree in mathematics, as well as another master's degree in physics. Please hit subscribe if you like this video, and also please hit that like button. Thank you.